In the heart of a serene valley, nestled among ancient, whispering trees, lived Master Ren, a man whose wisdom was as deep as the river that carved the land. His eyes, though aged, held the sparkle of eternal youth, and his words were like gentle breezes that stirred the soul, leaving behind a profound calm. Many sought his counsel, from weary travelers to troubled villagers, but none with as much earnestness as Kael, a young man brimming with potential, yet perpetually burdened by an unseen weight. Kael was the epitome of modern ambition. He was diligent, ambitious, and kind, always striving for excellence. His days began before dawn and often ended long after dusk. He pursued every opportunity with vigor, said yes to almost every request, whether from his community, his colleagues, or his friends, and tried to excel in every single endeavor. He was a master of multitasking, juggling projects, social engagements, and personal aspirations with a seemingly endless supply of energy. Yet despite his relentless effort, a gnawing sense of dissatisfaction clung to him like a persistent shadow. His achievements, though many, felt hollow. His days felt like a frantic, unending race against an invisible clock, his mind a cluttered attic overflowing with unfinished thoughts and anxieties, and his heart a drum beating a restless, unfulfilled rhythm. He was busy, undeniably so, but true fulfillment remained an elusive mirage, always just beyond his grasp. One crisp morning, as the first rays of sunlight painted the valley in hues of golden rose, Kael approached Master Ren's humble dwelling. His shoulders slumped, his usually bright eyes dulled by fatigue, and a deep sigh escaped his lips before he even spoke. "Master," he began, his voice tinged with exhaustion and a profound sense of bewilderment, "I feel utterly lost. My life has become a tangled mess of obligations and tasks. I work tirelessly from sunrise to the deepest hours of the night. Yet I feel no closer to peace, no closer to understanding my true purpose. How can I possibly find clarity amidst this overwhelming chaos that consumes my every waking moment?" Master Ren listened patiently, his gaze unwavering, his expression a blend of understanding and gentle compassion. He offered Kael a cup of warm herbal tea, its steam rising like a silent invitation to contemplation. After a moment of shared silence, the master rose, his movements fluid and unhurried, beckoning Kael to follow him. They walked in silence, leaving the familiar, well-trodden path of the village, venturing deeper into the dense, ancient forest that bordered the valley. The air grew cooler, infused with the scent of damp earth and pine. Sunlight dappled through the thick canopy of leaves, creating shifting patterns of light and shadow on the forest floor, a mesmerizing dance that seemed to hint at deeper truths. As they delved deeper into the woods, the path grew less distinct, fading into a maze of roots and fallen leaves. Branches clawed at their clothes, thorny bushes snagged their feet, and thick underbrush made every step a struggle. Kael stumbled, his patience wearing thin, a grumble escaping his lips. "Master," he exclaimed, his voice laced with frustration, "this path is impossible. It's completely overgrown, full of hidden roots and sharp obstacles, and I can barely see where we're going. Why are we even here?" Master Ren stopped, turning gently to face Kael. He didn't offer a direct answer, but instead, with a sweeping gesture of his hand, invited Kael to truly observe their surroundings. "Look closely, Kael," he said, his voice a soft murmur that carried through the quiet forest. "This forest, in all its complexity and beauty, is a reflection of your life. See those grand, sturdy trees that reach majestically for the sky, their crowns piercing the clouds. Those are your foundations, your core values, the unwavering principles that guide you, your deepest, most cherished relationships with family and true friends, your physical and mental health, which are the very vessels of your existence, and your true purpose, the unique contribution you are meant to make in this world. They are difficult to move, immovable even, but they provide constant shade, unwavering stability, and clear direction even when the path ahead seems obscured or utterly lost." Kael looked up, truly seeing for the first time the towering oaks and ancient pines, their roots firmly anchored deep within the earth. their massive branches forming a protective, life-giving canopy above. He realized with a jolt that he had been so focused on the immediate struggle, the thorns and the tangled roots at his feet, that he hadn't even noticed the majestic, life-sustaining pillars of the forest that surrounded him. Now, Master Ren continued, his gaze shifting to the dense thicket around their feet. This thick, often overwhelming underbrush. These are your daily tasks, your career responsibilities, your necessary obligations, the mundane yet essential duties that fill your days. They are important. They keep the machinery of your life moving. But if left unchecked, if allowed to grow wild and untamed, they can quickly obscure your vision, make progress arduous, and leave you feeling perpetually overwhelmed. Kael nodded slowly, a wave of recognition washing over him. He thought of the endless to-do lists, the constant stream of emails, the urgent demands of his work that often consumed his entire day, leaving no room for anything else. And these, the master said, gently pushing aside a tangle of thorny vines that threatened to trip them, their sharp tendrils reaching out. These creeping vines and thorny bushes, these are the distractions, the trivial pursuits, the unnecessary worries that consume your mental energy, the endless scrolling through social media, the impulse to engage in unnecessary online shopping, or the countless day-to-day trivial activities that don't carry much meaning but steal precious hours. They entangle you, slow your progress, and insidiously drain your energy, often without you even realizing the profound impact they have. Kael felt a flush of recognition, a pang of discomfort. His phone, his constant need to check notifications, the endless stream of social media updates, the small, meaningless tasks he filled his time with to avoid deeper work. They were indeed like these insidious vines, wrapping themselves around his life, slowly but surely choking out his peace and clarity. "But look, Kael," Master Ren whispered, stepping slightly to the side, revealing a small, sun-drenched clearing where a crystal-clear stream gurgled softly over smooth stones. Delicate wildflowers bloomed in vibrant hues along its banks, and the air felt lighter, fresher, imbued with a sense of tranquility. These hidden streams and serene clearings, these are the moments of pure joy, of quiet reflection, of unexpected beauty, of genuine, heartfelt connection with others. They are always present, always offering refreshment and rejuvenation, but they are easily missed if your eyes are fixed only on the struggle, if you're too busy battling the underbrush and the vines to notice the beauty around you. Kael knelt by the stream, dipping his fingers into the cool, invigorating water. A profound realization washed over him, chilling him to the bone, yet simultaneously filling him with a strange sense of hope. He had been so utterly consumed by the noise, the urgent but often unimportant tasks, the digital distractions, the fear of disappointing others by saying no, that he had neglected the trees of his life and entirely missed the streams of joy and peace that were always there, waiting to be discovered. He had been clearing the wrong parts of his path, focusing on the trivial while the essential withered. "The key, Kael," Master Ren said, his voice soft but firm, cutting through the last vestiges of Kael's confusion, "is to prioritize. Just as a wise gardener tends to sturdy trees first, ensuring their health, their deep roots, and their vigorous growth, so too must you nurture your core values, your most important relationships, and your fundamental well-being. These are the anchors of your existence, the very pillars upon which your life stands. Once they are strong, once they are deeply rooted, the underbrush becomes manageable, and the insidious vines lose their power to entangle and drain you." Master Ren continued, offering practical wisdom. "Actively prune the vines, eliminate distractions with ruthless efficiency. Learn to say no to what doesn't truly serve your purpose, and guard your time fiercely as if it were the most precious commodity. Then systematically manage the underbrush, organize your tasks, set clear boundaries for your work and your time, and learn to work efficiently, not just busily. And most importantly, Kael, consciously seek out and linger in the clearings. Schedule dedicated moments for rest, for quiet reflection, for genuine connection with loved ones, for simply being present and doing nothing. These are the moments that truly nourish your soul, replenish your spirit, and remind you of the inherent beauty and purpose of your journey. Kael spent the rest of the day with Master Ren, not battling the forest, but observing it with new eyes, understanding its delicate balance, its intricate ecosystem. He learned to identify the different elements, to appreciate the unwavering strength of the trees, the necessary presence of the underbrush, the insidious nature of the vines, and the refreshing, life-giving beauty of the streams. He understood that life was not about eliminating challenges, but about understanding them and navigating them with wisdom. Returning to the village as twilight deepened, Kael's steps were lighter, his mind clearer than it had been in years. He began to apply the master's wisdom with quiet determination. He dedicated more focused, quality time to his family, nurturing those precious relationships. He prioritized his health, making time for exercise and mindful eating. He refocused on his true passions, the creative pursuits he had long neglected. He pruned his digital life with discipline, setting strict boundaries for notifications and screen time. He learned to politely but firmly decline requests that didn't align with his core values, freeing up invaluable time and energy. Slowly, meticulously, he began to clear his path, not by force, but by conscious choice. His life didn't become devoid of challenges. The forest still had its thickets and its thorns, but the overwhelming chaos subsided. He found that by tending to his trees first, by strengthening his foundations, the underbrush became easier to navigate, and the vines no longer choked his progress. And in the spaces he created, the streams of joy and peace flowed freely and abundantly, transforming his frantic, unfulfilled race into a purposeful, deeply meaningful journey. The profound lesson of Master Ren and the forest path echoed in Kael's heart, a timeless truth for all. Life is not about being busy, but about being meaningful. It's not about counting the days, but about making the days count. By consciously choosing what to nurture, what to manage, what to prune, and what to seek, we can all find our unseen path, leading us not just through the forest, but to a life of true joy, profound purpose, and complete fulfillment.